Hello everyone and welcome to a new game dev stream. Today we're gonna continue working on the UIs. And let's just get started really quickly. Alright. So on last stream we were working on getting some of the UIs for the crafting. Just monking them. And I was figuring out how to do the item properties. I just figured what I was doing was alright. Basically we can use the item properties by context, and that's all I really need to do. I think I was overcomplicating things in my head. Anyway, I also I've been working off stream fixing the crash that we saw here. We were closing the engine. Now we get no crash, we just get some textures being leaked by the rendering server, but we'll fix this later. It's probably gonna get fixed anyway by the Godot team upstream. Although I need to check what exactly is happening here, but I'll do that later. Not necessarily right now. We're not gonna work on that right now. For now, I just want to get this menu working. I'm so excited about this menu, about the alchemy stuff. So we're just gonna work on this today. Today's gonna be a short stream, also just 1 hour. I've been fixing like this bug off stream. Oh, I also added the icon, the gold icon. We have a gold icon now. Look, yeah, yeah. We have a gold icon now. I added a bunch of other icons, but we'll deal with those later. Right now, I just want to get the alchemy stuff working, and I need to figure out what table to use or what item, or I don't know, something like a furniture to use for the alchemy. I'll probably just find a stove. I'll make the stove the alchemy for now. I'm dying. But anyway, let's get started. Let's work on the UI. Let's do this. I really want to get this to work. I'm gonna make it work very similar to Skyrim, and then we're gonna add these tidbits here. Let's see how far we'll go, because we're gonna be like toggling multiple things here. Let's start naming things here. I'm just gonna do this. Name this alchemy. I like to name all the nodes, so this is gonna be boring. Feel free to skip ahead. Because in my head it makes sense to, like, a lot of people don't do this. I like to do this. But in my head it makes sense to name every single node based on what they're actually going to do. And I also like to keep the type of the node, the class of the node, the class name at the very end, because it makes it easier for me to figure out what the API is for that node, without having to look into the code and be like, wait, what's the API on this node? What class is it? So that's why I name all my variables after basically the nodes they represent when I'm building UIs. I don't know. I think it makes great for consistency and across the project, and also for maintainability purposes. The code is far easier to read. But here, this item list, this is like alchemy. I think this is like the goal of what you want to do. Goal selection. Or yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle the selecting of things. Although, yeah, it makes sense to keep it this way. Goal selection, or let's do property selection. Makes more sense. No, this is actually goal because this one is property. The one in the middle. Goal selection item list. This is property selection. And then this actually is selecting alchemy ingredient. Ingredient selection item list. All right, wait, and this is alchemy. This is the alchemy crafting preview. The goal here is to show a preview of what we're doing. This is confusing though. So we have to H. This is not needed. Just put this here. We're gonna get the exact same result. Okay, so now I think this naming scheme sort of makes sense to me for now. Ingredient, do first ingredient. Instead of a button, this should be just a label. Although I like the button because it gives me the background, so I'm just gonna keep it as a button right now. Can I close this a little? Although I could use, hold on, can I, on a label, can I add something on the background? I think I can. Maybe on the style. What does this do? Oh yeah, we can. We can just add a background to it. But it looks weird though. I like the border that the button gives me. What I can do is make the button not triggerable. Not disabled. Not toggle. Is there something to make it... What is this? I've never heard about button groups. I'll deal with that later. It's just not needed right now. Button pressed. If I push here. Oh, I need to press toggle mode. Okay. No. I think there's a flat button, doesn't it? No. The button used to have a flat option. Like way back in the day. And the option was just the button with no... I think no clickable... I mean, you could click. You would see like the text blow up a little. Oh wait, isn't it this? Ah, but it kills the background. Which is what I want. At this point, might as well just use a label. Let me just save this. Let me rename everything. And then I'll mess around with this a little. So right now, second ingredient. I think it makes sense to use label because if I remember, there's one node that has a... Oh, I think it's line of did. Hold on. I don't think it's label. I think it's line of did. It gives me a nice preview. Or not preview, but I can add some text here. The placeholder text this. Yes. Oh, so what I want is line edit, and then we take out the editable. I still get a nice background. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving to line edit. So let's change this to line edit. And this should be able to add a new line. Where's max length? Can I not add a new line? No. Oh wait, no, this is fine. Is it? Because I want to use the vertical space here. Because I like this design where you get the ingredients on the left and then what they add to on the right, which is similar to the Minecraft, like Minecraft 3x3 boxes, and then you get something on the right. No. I thought there was a way to add new lines here. Is there like a multi? No. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a button for now. Doesn't matter. Go back to being a button. Yeah, let's just keep it as button for now. Let's ignore it. Let's just work on the UI. Let me save this scene. Add a script. Yeah, keep it right there. Why not? Alright, bonk ready. For now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bunch of exports because we want to access different things within this UI. And the way I like to code this is calls down, signals up, which is a pretty common setup. Basically, I just add a script to the very root of the UI, and then I have access like export variables to access all the nodes that I need. And then if I need a signal from some of these, I just have a signal that connects back to this script. And that way, this is a sort of composable coding style, if you want to call it that way. It has a proper name. You have inheritance, and then you have, I think it's called, it's not compositing. I forget the name. Maybe components, I don't remember. There's a name for it. Anyway, let's just get started. So we want to access these three menus. Let's do the export bar. We gotta do alchemy, goal, selection, item list. It's going to be an item list. Then the other one was property selection. And the other one is ingredient selection. And this is gonna be tricky though, because the ingredient selection can be spawned first. If we click here, then we get the ingredients first, and then you click on the ingredient and you get the four possible properties that you can use for alchemy purposes. So we want to be able to switch these two. And I think that'll be easy though, because we can just do this. Yeah. We can just use the node themselves, the node order itself, to just switch this to without having to go crazy dynamically generating the menu. All right, we're gonna do just that. Okay. This makes sense to me. Okay, let's start by setting up the assignments. We have goal selection. Then we have property selection and grid selection. And the way I like to use export variables because this is the fastest way to set variables in GDScript, set their values. Instead of using get node or find node, this is the fastest way. You can also use the unique, I don't like the unique naming thing. I forget how you do that. That's not it at all. There's a way to get like some unique names for a node. I don't like that at all. I just use this. All right, so we are going to start by figuring out how to add. I don't remember how to add the item. Let's start working on this. I think I'm probably gonna vibe code this a little. Oh, there we go. Add item. Okay. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna remove all the. I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Let me just do this really quick. We should be able to see it at the bottom again. Item properties. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna continue working ingredients. Health potion. Potion. Let's do. I'm gonna keep this one just empty. We're gonna clear out these entries here. We don't need any of this anymore. I'm also going to. We're gonna work on the custom minimum size later, because I'm not sure how to do this automatically with the item list. We'll figure that out later. We're gonna populate the goal selection of the item list. And here we do as the player plays around by mixing ingredient properties, the player will be discovering new ways for concocting each potion. From here on out, all potions the player will choose from are the potions they know how to craft. For now, we are mocking up how this is shown on the UI, but this data should come from the knowledge component. Stores all the data the player has discovered so far. Okay, so this should be pulled in from another component, but for now we're just gonna fit as is, and we're just gonna mock up the UI really for the most part. Okay, here, going to populate the property selection. I think I'm not sure if I want to do properties first or ingredients first. But it makes sense to do ingredients first since that's what the player sees. For the most part, they mess around first with ingredients. They have to... Yeah, and I suppose... in the end, they're gonna be choosing item properties. But since they see ingredients first and they mess around with ingredients first, it might make sense to just choose ingredients first as the... and then... yeah, I think this makes sense to me. I like that. Property, the populate property selection items. Okay, let's go start with this one. Just continue with this one. Alchemy item. Basically, actually, I think I'm just gonna pull the text from here. I'm gonna be very lazy now. See, I don't have to type. It's pulling text from the scene file. I don't need. I don't need this. Okay, let's clean up the UI. Don't need this either now. Delete everything here. And this, hold on. Do I want to have columns? You could have like one item list. No, that doesn't make sense because it's gonna be like, no. This is gonna get populated like that, like the inventory menu that I have, which is an item list, if I remember. Let me take a look at that real quick. Oh no, I'm using 3 there. That's right. Actually, let me mess around with this real quick. I'm not sure what that does. Max columns. I think it's gonna be, if I remember, yeah, it's gonna be just like I don't want. It's probably not gonna show when I run it here. But if I make it bigger, we're gonna see the 2 columns. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Nope, not what I want at all. I'll go back to 1. No, what is this? Show it to me. And I think I know what this means. Probably the same as this. What happens if I put this here? Oh no. Not what I want. Not what I want. Okay, now this works. This works. Okay, let's populate the for now. We're going to be mocking this up, but we can leave and a stone. I'm gonna keep the near root reference for now. Poisonous berries, if I remember. Poisonous berry. And Capiato. No, I want that to be an item. I want that to be a property. Populate the ingredient selection item list from player's inventory. So, This should be grabbing the items from the player's inventory, but for now we're gonna keep it like this. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Continue. Okay, I need to add callbacks here. I think I want to add the callbacks at the very end here. So, add my signals. So for the alchemy, select the signal that I want. What? Godot is going crazy. Oh, it's the item list that it's, I think, if I remember, it's item activated. No, I think it's item clicked. The one that I want. Yeah, okay. So we have an index, position, and mouse button. Okay. Item list. Item click. Position. Mouse button index. I only care about the index right now. So if I remember, it starts at 0. Connect. Okay, now if we run and we click, we should get a 0. Oh yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Then nothing here. And this is bad. I I kept the multi-selection enabled. We don't want that. Okay, let's fix that quickly. No toggling, just single mode. We're up around items. What is this? Oh, yeah, yeah. Allow search. Wait, what is this? Oh, yeah, yeah, I like that. Yeah. And that'll be good on PC, not on console, but that'll be great on PC. Players that are looking for items. Uh, and then I never cleaned up this list, so this is double. Yeah, and this is also bad. Okay, let's fix that. Single. Then we want to clean up the items. So fine. And what I tend to do with item list is, remember, I do like a callback dictionary. And then when you click on the, yeah, let's do this. Alchemy, goal selection, callback. Oh wait, this menu is confusing now. Yeah, this menu is gonna be very confusing because I was thinking of when you click like the health potion. What am I supposed to see if I click here? Because you can either choose item properties to create potions, to play around with the properties and see what you get, or you can grab the ingredients themselves and then gives you like a list of potions, a list of properties. No, this is too confusing. I think I'm gonna drop the item properties and then we will keep it this way. First you see the ingredients and then you see the item properties. I think it makes sense that way. Because if not, like, it's just that there's no consistency. But it would be nice to play around with the item properties themselves, but nah. I want the player to think in terms of ingredients. Because that's how you do it in real life when you think of cooking. And each item has its own properties. You don't think about properties first and then the item itself. Because when you think of, I don't know, something tangy, it could be what? An orange? Or a lemon? Or I don't know what else is tangy. Or some strange sauce that comes to mind. Huh. So yeah, this is always gonna come last, the item property selection. Yep, for sure. So we're dropping item properties. Get out of here. And then we're gonna do alchemy goal selection, item list. That also makes the UI code easier because I don't have to manage the state of figuring out when to show properties first and then show something else. What I could do is make like a wiki or a tool where people can browse items by properties and not by the ingredients themselves. This is weird. Okay. Hmm. So how do I want this to work? So I click here, we get the... But I want this to be different though. I don't want this to be like exactly like Skyrim. I want this to be like pair of items, like pairs of items. So is this the best way to show this? So ingredients, this is fine with being an item list. Like I'm fine with this being an item list because I want the player to see all the ingredients that they can play with. And then the properties. But when they click the health potion, I want this to be... It could be an item list. But the item list would be way different. Like it would be like healing leaf plus like an equation, like healing leaf plus something else, or like all the combination of items that the player has found for creating the potion. Yeah, that I like. That I like. So it can be an item list, but it's gonna be a bit more big in text. Can I add... I keep thinking, can I add new lines here? Let's see. Uh plus, no, let me do it here. Leave. Plus mana stone. Oh, just ridiculous, but let's see. No. It shows up in the thumbnail. It's not thumbnail, that's tooltip. On the tooltip. But it doesn't show here. Like I can see leaf the piece right there. Oh man. Oh wait, max text lines. Ooh. Why? Why can I not have more? Out of width, out of height? Oh, that's what I need. Hold on, this is what I need on all the other I can just remove this. Out of height. Wait, why is this one bigger? Oh, I did not do this, okay. Then here. Out of width, out of height. Oh, how much better. And now, can we get 2 lines here? Hold on. The tooltips are screwed up in Godot. Something is off with this version. Because I showed the tooltip once. Oh, now it's showing up again. Okay. Okay. But this is still showing up as together. Let me add an item here. No, it's not letting me add a new line. That is return. Nope. How is this supposed to even work? Item list, max, text, text, and lines. Let me do this. But this doesn't seem to work as expected. I think I'm gonna go back to using a tree. I wanted to use item list here. Hold on. Let me mess around with the tree. Where do I... I'm just gonna do it right here. So that's going to be the root, so we want another one. Uh, 7.0, hello. New line here. Yeah, just save it and run it. Let's make this big. Huh. This works so easy. We have a new line right there. No problem. But not with the item list. Oh gosh. You know what that means? It means we're moving to a tree. A tree. Yeah. Because this is just weird. Let's dig into the Godot source code really quick. Max text lines. Set break flags. So icon mode needs to be top. That's what I saw here. So I remove this and then icon mode top. Now I get the new line here. This is such a weird way to have this implemented. Oh well. Then maybe we're gonna stick with item list. Well, what's weird is that it says here on the max text lines. This property takes. Ah, okay. This property takes effect only when the icon mode. Okay, okay. I misread this. I read when I was skimming over it with my eyes. I read takes this takes priority only when icon mode is icon mode top, which is not what this line is saying at all. Okay. All right. Okay, let's make. Speaking of icons, actually, that gives me an idea. I was thinking of making this show which items you are mixing to. So when you click on it, like you get this field automatically. And with this, I could create an icon at runtime automatically for showcasing which items you're mixing. Well, I'm not sure how to do that, but I know you can concatenate images. So I'll probably play around with that soon, probably off stream. Okay. Let's continue working on the callback thingy. I need to take another quick break. Oh, I have to use the restroom. But no, I'm going to stay. This stream is gonna be short, so we got like 9 minutes left. So let's just do a little bit more coding here. So this is what we are going to do. So when we click on ingredients, this is the pattern that I want to follow. We get the index and then we add the callback. Ingredient selection. Gonna have. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Not probably the so I don't want the third item list to show at all, because this needs to show when they choose an item. And this one does not need to show either. Okay. Let me start by making sure that the initial state is how I want it. Make sure initial state. This needs to show. Then the other one. I'll switch this to here. Ingredient goal selection. The index in I get the text for a specific index. No. Oh yeah, item. What is this supposed to mean? Is this like a property that I can get? Item 1, icon item. There's no getter for this, is there? Let me fool around with this real quick. Item uno, item 1. What is this supposed to be? I've never seen this before. I think I should be able to use a getter for this. Get item. Okay, we have a function. I'll use the function. That pattern is so strange. Oh, yeah. What it's to be on ingredients goal selection. Yeah, so when I click here, yeah. I don't get why. Oh, so I'm not printing anything. Health potion, yep. Mana potion, yeah. Should do this here too. Like clear, ingredient. Actually, yeah. And then when they click here, like both of the, or 3 of the, however many ingredients needs to create the function gets filled in here. And they should be able to move. Yeah, they can move to the other side, so they can like click on the, or push the button to deselect the ingredient too. Yeah, that makes sense. I like this UI. I don't like the focus thing, but when they click this, for example, they jump here. These two autofill, and then they are here or here. No, I get here. Then they can just come down here and then select something here. Not select, but go back and do something. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is here. I'm gonna work on this off stream. I really like this idea, but I'm gonna flesh this out off stream and make it work. I also need to take my bathroom break. And anyway, this is gonna be the end of the stream. So let's just roll the credits. We did not have any shatter stay, but for those of you watching from the dark, lurking in the darkness, and for those of you watching after the stream ends, thank you all for being part of the stream. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this small stream. I'm trying to keep it as productive as possible. So anything that's kind of slow, I'm doing it off stream. And then on stream, we do all the coding and as much programming as possible. Anyway, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time.